In this tutorial, you'll learn the steps for managing firmware in Device Manager. To deploy firmware to your subscribers' devices, a pointer to the firmware update must first be established. Begin by acquiring the firmware update from your supplier, then test it for interoperability with Device Manager and against your own test plan for the primary functions of the device itself. Once you're satisfied that the upgrade is fit for mass distribution to your subscribers, place the update on your web or FTP server. Next, select the Administration tab, then choose Firmware from the left navigation bar. As with other Device Manager features, the green plus is present. Click this green plus in the upper right to add a pointer to the new firmware. Select the proper device type from this drop-down list. This list is automatically updated when a new type of device checks in to Device Manager. Today I'm working with a SmartRG SR552N. For this demonstration, we'll assume SmartRG has released an update that I intend to deploy soon. I'll enter the version number of the new software here, then the date associated with its release. The binary URL is simply a link to where the tested firmware file is staged on your web or FTP server. Ensure your server is accessible by the subscriber's devices in the field that you intend to upgrade. If your web or FTP server requires credentials to access and download content, enter those credentials here. Upon clicking Save, the firmware entry for this device is now set in Device Manager. Now that this record is saved, you're presented with the means to apply a label to this record if you wish. For instructions regarding labels, be sure to watch the labels tutorials for more information. For instructions on pushing this update out to a subscriber's individual device, view the first tutorial on firmware updates. You'll find the tutorial for the bulk operations feature of Device Manager to be helpful as well. To delete the firmware pointer from Device Manager that is no longer needed, simply click the red minus sign icon in the far right column. In this tutorial, you've learned how to prepare for and add a firmware update to Device Manager so that it's staged and ready to deploy to your subscribers. Remember, deployment can happen either en masse using bulk operations or in a one-on-one support encounter. This concludes this tutorial. Now be sure to log into your Device Manager system and try out what you've learned.